thing started on September 12th with a tweet from Clash Mini. It was said that Aftershock Media Group were sponsoring a massive creator tournament with a prize pool of $500 for the creators and 900 gems for the winner to give away to his fans on YouTube, which I'll be giving away at the end of this video, so stick around to know how to join the giveaway. The tournament was featuring Gishi Bear, Incharin, me, Xiuming, Moist Potato, Gastomo, Previac, Flacco, Solar Fury, Z Shield Maiden, Elijah, and Danielle. This lineup of 12 content creators are in a battle for this final prize. The format had 2 groups playing 3 rumbles each, with points being determined by your position, and the top 3 player of each group will go in a final group that will determine the true champion of this event. Coincidentally, on this day we had the transform tile, which is honestly the most fitting and exciting tile for this tournament. Having it kind of reduces the RNG of super bad draws in Rumble, since if you draft a garbage hero or a garbage mini, you can just transform it away for a potentially more viable unit to gain more value. On the first Rumble, I had a tough start against a Monk and got destroyed by unlucky draw against a Queen Mirror matchup. However, we over here always try our best. The Dart Goblin was able to carry us a few more rounds, which is very helpful considering we got points based on our position. I did get 4th place, but luckily we had this happen.
So it looks like Solar and Abdod actually got eliminated at the same time, and they both got 4th. I mean, I guess it would be if they got eliminated at exactly the same amount of time, then I guess it's fair that they both get points for 3rd. But if they got eliminated, like staggered, like say Solar got eliminated first and then Abdod got eliminated like a few seconds later, then I guess it would be Abdod getting 3rd and Solar getting 4th.
On the second Rumble, we started with BK Wizard, which means it's time for a strong comeback. Me being the nerd I am, I immediately started checking enemy heroes to know what I'm going against, and turns out Monk and Countess were everywhere in this game. What's very lucky is that I got to pick a witch, and she is very strong against monks and countesses, so I was really happy with that opportunity. While checking the other heroes again, I noticed that Solar Fury had a Royal Champion which could fire back terribly. I needed an immediate answer for that Royal Champion, and what do you know? I got a Miner immediately. It's funny because Solar Fury did not lose a single round to anyone except me, so that Miner is what won me the whole game. He was also pretty upset about it as well. This win set me up at 2 points lead on the first place. For the final Rumble in the qualification bracket, I started with a very terrible hero choice. Even refreshing did not fix the issue, so I had to go with a Shield Maiden. Luckily, it was a tile game, and after checking the heroes my opponent had, I decided that the Shield Maiden was not gonna be viable for me, and I just threw it all away on the tile playing without a hero. The RNG god were smiling upon me, giving me a 3-star P.E.K.K.A. on round 1 and another 3-star P.E.K.K.A. against a Monk. And then I got a 3-star Magic Archer against every single Witch player in this Rumble. I did get unfortunately unlucky with a Battle Healer against a BK player, but the unexpected happened.
Oh, this could be really interesting. He doesn't have the anti-heal. Oh, but the Battle Healer isn't in range of the Musketeer and the E-Wiz. So that means no block, no healing, no extra energy going to be granted to them. But oh my gosh, the Musketeer. Battle Healer was tanking for quite some time. The Musketeer with 3-star. Is it going to be enough? Oh, the E-Wiz on the backside. Oh, it clutches it. Previac has been eliminated. Oh, Previac has been eliminated. Oh no.
On the finals, it was either me or Moist Potato getting 1st place, and for me it didn't really matter since I had a massive lead in points. The 2nd place victory got me to 13 points, which meant I was leading Group A and going to the finals with a 2-point advantage, and it is time for the finals to begin.
So everybody's in the money right now. Everybody's in the money. Here are the standings. As you can see, we have Gishi, we have Gaz, Abdod, Daniel, Gishi, Z Shield Maiden, and Moist Potato. These are the final standings. So everybody's in the money at this point.
Rumble 1. I was met with what I consider to be the 2 worst options of all time in draft. Even refreshing did not fix it, and I was hoping to get a tile to change the Shield Maiden.
Shield Maiden. No transform tiles! Abdod lost. Abdod lost. He wanted to put the Shield Maiden on the transform tile, and it's game over. Abdod's lost. It's game over. GG's. GG's. Well played. Good game.
Wait, I didn't hear you quite well, Mr. Moist Potato. Can you repeat that again?
That dude lost.
And despite Shield Maiden being looked at as a joke hero, she proved herself by making my witch win against a royal champion, and that's definitely not something you see very much of. And then I had to face 2 dead players in a row, which I thought was a giveaway, but I had no clue that this was where my villain arc begins. I just lost to a dead player because they had Magic Archer. The chat was laughing at me. I still got 2nd place, which I'm very glad about. And it tied me in 1st place with Z Shield Maiden, the 2nd Grumble. I was tempted with a Magic Archer being tagged with one of the worst heroes in the game. I had to gamble for a transform tile, and I did in fact get it. However, the RNG hated me this game, giving me a useless bandit and then giving me an E-Wiz against every single healing ranger, which kind of destroyed me completely. Like, it's not even funny. Gaz literally had no healing ranger, but he still got it from the tile, which made my E-Wiz absolutely useless. I lost every single round and disappointed everyone that was rooting for me. But that's not everything in this rumble. If you noticed here, my dead bot went against Daniel, who has 1 heart left, and I disqualified him like he did to me earlier. My revenge is completed. On terms of total points, I was in the 3rd place and was way behind compared to Z Shield Maiden, which I was tied with in the previous rumble game. Rumble 3. I went with another tile gamble by picking the bandit, and luckily it was actually a tile game. The problem is we got some terrible luck with those tiles. I had to decide to stop with the gambling addiction of the transform tile. Despite how trash our RNG was, we lucked out with a 3rd place finish. I still am on 3rd place, but Z Shield Maiden losing early closed the gaps between us, so I still have a decent chance. Grumble 4. We're off to a good start despite the fact we lost the 1st round, solely just for getting the Barbarian King. That's literally how broken he is. Later on, when I got the Dagger Goblin, I noticed my opponent had a witch, so I immediately decided to farm my Dagger Goblin. The farming on my Dagger Goblin went so well, I was able to farm him to 8 kills before losing the round, which in my opinion was so worth it. Despite me being way behind in terms of fights, my Dagger Goblin was stacking on every single player. The fact that my matches were only lasting 10 seconds is very funny. I quickly kept destroying everyone and took them all down, and somehow made it to 1st place despite the disadvantage in lives I had earlier. The chat was going insane over that rumble and over the Dagger Goblin. That win put me in 1st place with a very small lead, so it's not over, it could be anyone's game. The final rumble. We started with an average pick, Countess and Valkyrie. However, on round 2, we got our little boy back. The Dagger Goblin did great. I mean, definitely he was not popping off like he was in the last rumble, but he secured some great games and was worth the investment. And then it all came down to this round against Gishi. His deck is almost 100% meta Barbarian King deck, while I had this wild abomination. If I lost this, I would be left out on 2nd place, but if I win, I would have a chance on getting the 1st place. And somehow, by some miracle, my Countess avoided his P.E.K.K.A. and my Dagger Goblin killed it. And in the final round of the Rumble, I had to deal with Barbarian King, Archer, Magic Archer, and we all know how that went. I was worried that I settled in for 2nd place, but we were tied for 1st place.
Oh, it's gonna be a best of 3 duel to see who is gonna come out on top, the victor of the first ever Clash Mini Creator Rumble.
The stakes were high. Not only it was a match for $240, but it also was a match for honor, as people were rooting for me in the chat, and I can't let my fans down. Duel 1. Knowing Z Shield Maiden went with Archer Queen on both of his previous tiebreakers, I decided to do a pro gamer move and go with Shield Maiden to counter him. And I failed terribly. I gave up before the match even started. It was an impossible matchup since I, for some reason, did not add P.E.K.K.A. to my Shield Maiden deck. I did play stupidly on purpose to give him a sense of security. Plays like row 1 Shield Maiden or row 4 Prince are things that I would normally never do in a serious match. I took the L as expected and went on to the next match. Match number 2. I had to go with Barbarian King 2 Elixir, as it was the safest option for me. For round 1 I placed my Barbarian King and 3 other minis because I needed that early round win. And I barely got that win with a lucky final heal hit. For round 2, everyone was mocking me for the Barbarian King on 1st lane.
You don't go hero first lane. That's a rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
Everyone was making fun of me. Chat thought I was trolling, but they had no idea. They had no idea. I was about to do something that was never seen before in any Clash minigame. I was about to make the best play in Clash mini history.
Oh my goodness. What a play from Abdod. The fisherman, big brain, the bait. I'm going to play my Barb King in the front row. See, oh, that's a big mistake. I have a prince. Abdod, nope, I got fisherman. I outplay your prince prediction. Oh my goodness, what a play. Abdod, holy, the analytical strategy that went into that. Oh my gosh. That was so freaking hype. We have ourselves a series, everybody.
I just went on chat and told them that it was calculated, and they started freaking out over how insane that play was. It was probably the best play I have done in my entire career, and it was my big brain moment. It's safe to say this play has won me the whole game and left me feeling so good about my chances of winning this whole competition. Match 3. I was about to go with my Archer Queen deck, but based on what my chat asked me to, I went with the same deck again. Just when I joined, I was stunned that I had the Wizard variation over the Dagger Goblin variation from recording a video, and since I'm not used to playing Wizard, I was a little bit worried. However, seeing he had Dagger Goblin, I knew I was in for a treat, because the Wizard variation has an advantage over the Dagger Goblin one. On round 2 I did not invest so much, because I wanted to see his placements, so it was a loss that I was okay with taking. On round 3, not only did he reveal his prince, but he didn't upgrade his archer, which was a massive mistake on his end. This ended up in him being absolutely demolished by my archer and losing the advantage of the prince Joker key card, since I know where he is exactly after this round. On round 4, I blocked the prince with a fisherman, knowing that my fisherman will have no use for me in this game, and I went with the safe option of just upgrading my ice wizard to see what he does and respond to that. To my surprise, I ended up actually winning this entire round and also winning this whole game. And this is how I won the first Clash mini tournament. Now for the gem giveaway, go to the comment section below and type in your player ID. You will find it if you go here, it will be right there. And then type beside it a random number between 0 and 99. 3 random numbers will be the winning numbers, and if you get it right, I will reply bingo to you. One little rule, multiple comments will disqualify you, so just comment one number only. Thank you for watching and for rooting for me in the tournament, my dudes.